on about gay marriage, and they see that it's not going to be held up by the public, do you think that influences how the judges are going to rule in the case? Or do you think that's just going to be just a scattershot? Just
well, I think it'll change. I think it'll change how they're ruling to a degree, but I disagree that it should. Because
it should not,
I do not believe in legislating from the bench, although I agree that you just have to decide what is truly constitutional. They need to be deciding on the laws. And that's why I'm okay with what's been passed in Iowa, because that's with the law. He did not, Iowa Supreme Court did not necessarily, what did I just say? Excuse me. Did not necessarily legislate from the bench, because it was just a law. I mean, they decided purely on the Constitution. So I think it will change them a little bit, but it shouldn't. That's what I meant to say there.
Okay.
Moving on to the next topic.
Yep. Ironically, also a little ACLU tie-in here. In Indianapolis, 2 sophomore girls were sued by their school district, or have sued their school district, for punishing them for posting sexually suggestive posters on their MySpace page. Now, this is a controversy because it was not anything to do with the school. It was not on school grounds, not during school times. It was off school grounds and during their summer vacation. And the school officials found the photos and, for some reason, deemed that to be against the student code and suspended the girls accordingly. And now they're at the forefront of an ACLU lawsuit saying that the school has overstepped its boundaries by suspending them. So what do you guys think? Should the girls have been suspended for doing this on their own time away from school grounds with absolutely no school connection?
Absolutely not. And you said they were on summer vacation?
Yes, they were on summer vacation.
They're summer vacation. They're not even in school. Like, it's not in the evening, on the weekend. Like, they're in between classes. So why does the school have anything to say about this? And the school has nothing to do with MySpace either. So what are they having being suspended for? I don't understand.
I completely agree. I don't understand why they're involved in this at all. It's not their business. They didn't have anything to do with. They weren't wearing anything. The lingerie they had on had nothing to do with the school. There was just nothing there. So they need to get out of it.
Exactly. I mean, this is the school.
It's a case of bad parenting because there's 13-year-olds or whatever you said, 13 or 14-year-olds having a lingerie party.
But that's not the school's issue. And I think this is we're turning into a nanny state. We want the schools to parent our children for us. And that can't happen. It just can't happen. The parents have to step up and take responsibility and discipline them accordingly. The school cannot, exist, give this judgment outside of what they own. When I was a senior in high school, Valley, the school that I went to, had passed a amendment to their student code saying that if we were caught drinking alcohol anywhere in the world at any time, that we
anywhere in the world,
yes, it extended to the world because the band was going
even
to
when
Ireland.
it was legal. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the band was going to Ireland, and that was part of it. Even if the country allows it, like Ireland allowed the drinking of above 18. So they said that the school's laws, the state's laws, and the nation's laws traveled with you. Now, what do you guys think about that? I mean, to me, that's personally, I find that as just way overstepping their boundary.
I totally agree with that.
There's no reason they can influence anything, even in the same state, if it's off of their grounds.
Are you on a school trip?
Okay, the school trip part was okay, but people who had gotten caught on a cruise over their summer vacation,
like with their family.
Oh, well, just
yeah.
Get
the
out
school
of it.
trip part is understandable.
Yeah,
but if you have no relation to the school, like on a summer vacation,
well, I know, like sometimes German and Spanish classes, things like that.
Then they should be held accountable to the school because the school is helping them pay for it.
Yeah,
and they may not explicitly give them money, but they got the deal. So that is understandable. But this law said that you could not, or this not law, but this rule said that you could not do that anywhere. Yeah. And anything you did outside the school district could be held accountable.
I think there is a major problem in how we turn to the schools and we keep putting more and more responsibilities on them that are not necessarily relevant to people learning anything.
It's the parents' jobs.
Yes, the parents need to just step it up and get off their butt. Because in so many of these situations, they just ask the school and expect the school to do things the school was not required to do in the 1950s, 1960s, things like that, when it was just all about education.
That's all it should be about, is it should be what happens on their campus and their education.
Yep.
I understand they're looking out for the welfare of their students, but that is not their job to police their students off their grounds.
So what do you guys think about the Supreme Court ruling that the school can punish the students so long as the school can prove that activities were disruptive or pose a danger, and that it will foreseeably come back and find the way to campus?
See, that I don't have a problem with. If they could make the case that...
But that's what they ruled in this
Yeah.
particular case. In the MySpace case, that's what the Supreme Court said.
So with the girls, did they uphold
It
the
somehow
school's
got
suspension?
into the school, at least it affected schoolwork somehow.
Yeah, probably just like gossip going around.
Yeah,
Hey, did you see
that's
what these girls
crazy.
did?
I think it should be a direct effect on their education. Like, if had this happened on school grounds, like in a bathroom or something like that, then absolutely, I don't care. They should be
What
suspended.
in the world? Okay.
But like, I think you have to show a direct connection between this event and students losing educational time, and there is no possible connection that I can think of. That's just a bunch of craziness.
Agreed.
All right, then. Well, we're all on the same page again, and that means it's time for a song. So
Yep.
we will be back after this. All right, welcome back to Informavores. Okay, now our own Ryan Jones is a senator for the UI student government, and the student government recently decided to back the Board of Regents' decision to have a $100 surcharge for this spring semester, as well as raise tuition. So we're going to have Ryan kind of explain to us, because they had President Sally Mason come and explain some facts to them that we might not know as to why they decided to back this, because originally the student government and our student body president, Mike Curry, were against this. So, Ryan,
So without further
go
ado,
ahead.
our Informers pontification session begins.
Well, hello guys. As many of you know, that we're going to have a few tuition increases. Well, it all started with the state cutting 10% of the budget, and that left Iowa with a $23.5 million budget deficit. And Sally Mason came in and talked to us about the plan of how she's going to make up all this money. The biggest part of this is she's going to redirect $15 million of stimulus money to this $23.5 million budget deficit. Where that money came from was we got money for stimulus money to just help with some stuff. Sorry,
like what?
It was way back when, and we had money left over. This was just to help, like increase
This is from
like
the
some.
TARP package, right?
Yes, this is from TARP package. And we had this money left over for just this case. So she's redirecting $15 million of that.
So can I ask you one question? That
Yeah.
23.6 is what the university has to cut, or is that for right? That's our share of the
Yes,
cut? Okay.
that's only ours.
I was okay.
I'm only talking about
I
us.
thought that was the whole thing. I was like, wow, that's it.
No,
Okay.
it's
I'm sorry.
like
Go on.
It's like 66 million or something for all the state
So
schools.
we have to cut 23 million.
The University of Iowa has to cut 23.
As a side note, this is just my own personal thing. John Papa John gave the University of Iowa 26 point whatever million, which is $2 million more than we would have needed to not make any cuts or changes, but it went toward building a new biomedical center. It just bothered me because I would have rather seen it go to the university. But sorry, go ahead. Can't change the name of the university after.
Yeah, we can't be Papa John University.
Sorry, Ryan. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Well, anyways, and then after that $15 million, the faculty is going to take reductions in their teacher insurance and annuities association, about 2%. That's like retirement funds and stuff like that. And then they'll be taking salary cuts from 8 to 10%. Now, the teachers with the highest salaries will be taking the higher of the pay decreases. Sorry. And after that, the biggest issue that everyone has heard of is the $100 surcharge that students will be getting. Now, a lot of students are against that because it's going to be a $100 charge, but it's only for the spring semester. And Sally Mason says she will never have to do it again. Whether that's true or not, we don't know, but she swears by we won't have to do that again. Now, the reason I personally voted for it was the $100 surcharge will only make up about 10% of the $23.5 million that we have to pay off, but the teachers are going to pay for about 20% of that $23.5 million. And if the teachers are paying 20%, why can't the students who are getting the education pay for 10% of that? Yeah.
No, keep
All
going.
right. All right. After that, there is also going to be a 6% increase for tuition. That is slightly higher than the higher education price index by about roughly 3.5%, which is that's the HEPI. It's basically just saying inflation rates that's to cover inflation, and that's standard. But the 6% is going to be quite a bit above that. But that's a make up for part of the money we lost also. But it's necessary for us